perspective, he also has a special passion for providing sustainable drinking water through his impoverish to communities through his One Deck Foundation. I'm honestly honored to be in your presence as well. So just a little ground rules before I give our honorable speaker the floor. Please mute your mics at all times. There's going to be a Q&A session at the end of this session. If you have any question and you feel you're going to forget the question, just note it down in the chat section and I will note it down and your question will be answered, hopefully. Honorable Speaker, the floor is yours. Thank you. Oh, you have to
mute. I'm muted. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Sophia. I'm highly excited to be here. And so, you know, before we go into it, right, I think I like to do things in a more fun and engaging way. So I really employ all of us, let's engage as much as possible. So before I go ahead, right, I'm going to send something in the chat section. So just click on this and I want us to just answer those questions, right? So, you know, what was the highlight of your month, last month? And this, you know, so that's what, so the second one is, you know, what are you feeling right now? So let's start with that. How are you feeling right now? Click the link that I put in the chat section and just tell us how you're feeling right now, just to center us and get us, you know, in the mood to start what we're doing, right? So just click on it and then, you know, tell us, oh, all right, awesome, excited, happy and contented. All right, what else? What else? Let's see, who else? Great, pumped, excited. A lot of excited people, feeling happy, pumped. Tired. Who is really tired? All right, don't worry. I think we should do something about that. We should send you some coffee, you know, for the person that says, you know, he or she's feeling tired. All right. Okay. So a lot of people are tired. Oh. Interesting. Wow. Excited and cold. Kano is cold, you know. So I've been in Abuja for a couple of months. I just came back to Kano last week. I came into Kano and I just noticed that it's been very cold. So someone says confused. I hope by the end of this session, we should be able to help you have clarity. All right, so keen to learn more. Awesome. Okay, so let's go to the next poll. The next poll that we're having is, what was the highlight of your month? What was the highlight of your last month? Answer it. Let's see. What was the highlight of your last month? All you have to do is to click that link again and tell us what was the highlight. Let's celebrate that. Why, you'll be asking, why do we need to know what the highlight of the month is? And I'll tell you. A lot of times where, yay, you got a niece, congrats, so bored and stressed. So a lot of times we focus on the negatives, right? We focused on, you know, all the things that happened, all the things that didn't go well, all the things that didn't go, you know, according to, you know, plan and all that. Oh, wow, awesome. Wow, I put build structure around my company, paid my rent. That's a highlight. That's amazing. Nothing learned to balance better. Fantastic. Challenging, oil and gas related, right? Yeah, I know. I know how you feel. Got a scholarship. Great. Reaffirmed my AI dreams, completed an oil and course, planned a physical conference in Abuja. Really? When is it? Please invite me. I would love to come. I love attending conferences. I love meeting up with people. I love connecting. Okay, awesome. Let's get into it, right? Let's talk about, let's go straight into it. Let's go straight into what we're talking about. And today we're talking about leadership, right? And social influence, right? And you know, why leadership, why social influence? What's the whole brouhaha about it? So I'm just trying to share my screen. Hold on. All right. Okay. So if you can see my screen, just put 1 in the comment section. Let me know that you can see my screen. 1 in the comment section. Let's see. All right, Umar can see my screen. All right, awesome. So let's get into it, right? I'll tell you guys something. So first of all, let me take a screenshot of this. And I'll tell you guys why I want to take a screenshot of this. So at the time I got aware of Global Shapers community, I think it was a couple of years ago. And, you know, I saw all the things amazing people were doing, all the amazing people in the Global Shapers community. And honestly, I wanted to join, right? I wanted to join. I think I even tried applying, but there's this rule of once you're 30, you can't join. And so I was secretly beefing you guys, just so you know. I want to put it out there. Full disclosure, right? Beefing you guys. But I'm super excited to be here and to share the stage with you guys. I think Global Shepherds is an amazing community doing so much good work, doing a lot of stuff. It's amazing how people come together and try to better the community. And what better way can you better a community than with social influence, right? If you're able to influence people, because if you're able to influence people's behavior, if you're able to influence the things that people do, the things that they don't do, what they say and how they say it, right? And so what has leadership got to do with social influence? I'm sure a lot of people are wondering why. So here's what I want to do. I want to ask you a question. Like I said, this is going to be very interactive. Put it in the comment section. What is your definition of leadership? So I want you to type it in the comment section. What's your definition of leadership? What do you think leadership is? What is leadership? What's the definition of leadership? So Ahmed says responsibility. All right, I like that. That's an amazing one. Who else? What's your definition of leadership? What's your definition of leadership? Let's get two more. All right, so Amina says diplomacy. Deborah says influence. Wow, the comments are plenty. Let me scroll slowly. So Danjuma says ability to influence people and bring out the best in them. I love that definition of leadership. To me, ability to lead teams selflessly. Responsibility, Halima, showing your followers that they can fulfill their full potential. Deborah says solution. Sophia Sanusi says inclusion, ability to delegate and serve. Hassan says ability to inspire. Awesome, you guys are amazing, right? I couldn't have said it better. So in all these things, in all of these, there are so many definitions of leadership. We can keep defining leadership from now till whenever, and we will not get to the end of leadership. However, 20 plus years of research into leadership has come up, and we understand that leadership, there's a particular definition of leadership, right? But before we go into that, this is basically the outline of what we're talking about. Why leadership? We're going to talk about leadership myths. We're going to talk about 5 levels of leadership, and then we'll do a bit of an activity before the end. Now, leadership is influence. That's the definition. That's the crux of leadership. It's influence. Once you are able to distill this and understand that leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less, you will understand that, look, that's what it is, right? Leadership is influence, because anytime you want to lead people, you have to be able to influence them. If you want people to change their behavior, you have to be able to influence them. But that's the thing. How do we now influence people? What are the things that we need to do to influence people? So, but before we go into that, before we go into how do we influence people, let's talk about, why leadership? Why is leadership important? And I'm going to share 3 stories with you, right? 3 stories of why I think leadership is very important, right? So the first one is Chicago Bulls. If you know the Chicago Bulls, put a 1 in the comment section. If you know the Chicago Bulls, put a 1 in the comment section. All right, Sophia knows the Chicago Bulls. Farouk knows them. Muri knows them. Abakar Yusuf Umar knows them. Amina Lawal knows them. Great. Now, here's the second question, right? If you haven't heard about the Chicago Bulls, if you've not seen them in the news lately, put has to do with leadership. You see, from the early 90s, from 1991 to 99, 2000, Chicago Bulls had 1 coach, and the coach was Phil Jackson, right? Now, so they had Phil Jackson as their coach, and they had Michael Jordan as the captain. Before 1990 and before 91, Chicago Bulls was one of the worst teams in the NBA. But by 1990, 91, they were able to rise to become the best. Now, here's the amazing thing. They won championships. Now, when you say a team wins championship, right, for the NBA, do you know what it means? It means that that team played against the best basketballers in the world. Played against the best basketballers in the world, and they were able to win championships. Now, guess what? They did not win one championship. They did not win two. They won 6. Now, out of those 6, they won 3 back-to-back, twice. Now, so in NBA, there's something called the triple. When you win a triple, it means you won the championship back-to-back 2 times. Sorry, back-to-back 3 times. So if you win championship. Now, guess what? Chicago Bulls won the triple, I think it was 3 times. They won it 3 times, back-to-back. Like, it was crazy. Like, they dominated the entire game. And the only reason why they dominated the game was because of their coach, Phil Jackson, and because of Michael Jordan, who was the captain. I want to ask you a question. Has any of you watched Last Dance on Netflix? If you watch Last Dance, put a 1 in the comment section. Let's see. If you watched Last Dance, it was a documentary that was done on. All right, so Muri has watched it. Okay, who else? Danjuma has watched it. All right. Now, if you watch it, you will begin to understand that the main source of the strength of Chicago Bulls was from Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan practically was the team. Without Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls wouldn't have been any better, right? So we can see that one person can galvanize a team for the team to succeed, right? So that's one. So first story, right? I'll tell you guys about the next one. The next one, McDonald's. If you've heard of McDonald's, put a 1 in the comment section. If you've heard of McDonald's, put a 1 in the comment section. All right. So if you have heard of it, Ahmed, this your 1 is plenty. How far now? Hafiz has plenty 1 as well. These are my guys. These are the people you know that like food. The people that are putting more than 1, right? Great. All right. Awesome. Fantastic. Now, what has leadership got to do with McDonald's? I'll tell you guys something. So let me ask you a question. If you've watched the movie The Founder on Netflix, put a 3 in the comment section. If you watched the movie The Founder on Netflix, let me know the people that are movie people. Sophia has watched it. Abakar has watched it. Masu has watched it. What I want to find out is the people that have watched Last Dance and the people that have watched The Founder. Let me know. Those are the people that you see that they are sleeping on Netflix. Hassan has watched this as well. Okay, great. Now, the movie The Founder is the story of McDonald's. It's the story of how McDonald's came to pass. If you follow that story, you will understand that McDonald's was first started by 2 brothers, right? So the brothers were the McDonald brothers, right? I can't remember their names now, right? Now, they tried to expand. They had just one shop, nothing big. And they tried to expand. Funny enough, even when they tried to expand, they failed, right? But they did not start to succeed as a brand until Ray Kroc came into the business. So as soon as Ray Kroc came into the business, boom, their business skyrocketed. They started opening branches left, right, and center. They started doing amazing things that they never thought they could do. Why? Leadership, right? Their leadership capacity was not high enough. So it was Ray Kroc's leadership capacity that came and pushed, their own effectiveness for them. Maurice and Richard, great, yeah, Richard and Maurice McDonald, yeah, right? Now you can see that both of them were just normal people. They didn't have ambition. They were just chill. They didn't really have so much stress, right? But Ray Kroc was a go-getter. He was a cruncher. Some people might say that they don't like his business methods, but that's story for another day. But what I want you to understand is that leadership can take you places. Last story. Who knows who this is? I mean, I know the name is there, Steve Jobs, but what is Steve Jobs known for? Put it in the comment section, guys. What is Steve Jobs known for? Apple. Awesome. Apple. Let me see. What else is he known for? Okay, so Abakar uses influence. All right. Apple. Who else? Let's see. Innovative thinking. I like that. Ahmed, I like that. Creativity. Amina, I love that. So Oluwamayowa, iPhone. Then Juma says leadership. Yeah. What else? Let me have one more. I want you to think outside the box. Vision, yes. Exceptionality, yes. Macintosh, yes. That's the sweet thing. So I'll give you guys an example. He was fired from his own company at one point. Yes, that's the point I want to get to. I love that, right? So let me tell you guys what happened. Now, Steve Jobs started Apple. But let me ask you a question. Was it Steve Jobs that designed the first Apple product? Yes or no? Was it Steve Jobs that designed it or not? Type it in the comment section, yes or no. Ahmed says, no. Okay, so who can tell me who typed it? Who designed the first Apple product? Who designed the first Apple product? His co-founder, what's his name? Steve Wozniak. Yes, I love, man. You know what? When I was preparing for this class, right, I knew I was going to have so much fun because I knew that I was going to be with the brightest people in the whole of Nigeria, right? And so I love the fact that, you know, we're relating like this, right? So Steve Wozniak was the most, you know, was the one that designed it. But here's the thing. When they talk about Apple, do they talk about Steve Wozniak? No. Here's another thing. If Steve Wozniak was the only person that founded Apple, do you think Apple would have been this successful? No. So it was because of Steve Jobs' leadership capacity. I mean, that says nobody cares about Wozniak. I mean, you get it was only because of Steve Jobs' leadership capacity that he was able to pull Apple. Now, here's the thing. Remember, I told you guys I was going to tell you guys 3 stories. The first story I told you was about the team, Chicago Bulls. The second story I told you guys I was going to tell you was about McDonald's, a company. So why is it that I'm not telling you guys the story of Apple, but instead I'm telling you guys the story of Steve Jobs? I'll tell you why. You see, what is more interesting, what will crystallize out to show you that leadership is very important is what happened to Steve Jobs. And, you know, I think it was Oluwamayowa that said that he was kicked out of his own company at the time. Steve Jobs started Apple. After Apple became so successful, can you believe that? Imagine you getting kicked out from the company that you built. I mean, when we're talking about what was the highlight of last month, someone said that he built structure around this company. Awesome, he or she, I don't know who. Company that you are suffering, they now come and kick you out. Please, I want to type it in the comment section. How would you feel if they kick you out of your own company? I want to see whether you guys are feeling this, right? If you build a company and they keep you pissed, betrayed, all right, awesome, bored, I'll be spiteful, suicidal, frustrated. You know, so you can imagine. But guess what? Steve Jobs was kicked out of Apple, and he didn't bother himself. Let me ask you guys a question, right? Now, the winner of this, right? The winner of the person that tells me the answer to this next question is going to win a 30-minute coaching session with me. Now, if you know, if you don't know, so I do coaching. I do coaching for businesses. I do coaching for personal development for people and all that, right? Now, for you to book time with me, I mean, as my brain please work. For you to book time with me, at the minimum is 25K, minimum, right? So for you to have time with me. So if I want you to imagine like I'm dashing 25K, right? So the winner of this is going to win 25K, right? But you're winning it in a session with me. Now, here's the thing, right? After Steve Jobs was kicked out of Apple, he founded another company, right? What was the, no, you know what? He founded two companies. What's the name of the two companies? Fastest fingers. Let's go. Two companies. Ahmed has won. Next and Pixar. Great. That's it. Right? All right, correct. So Ahmed, you win a 30-minute session with me. But I don't know if I want to give you that session because you are my guy now. I don't know whether Ahmed, don't you want to gift it to somebody else? Couldn't even type yet. Okay, I want to give it away. Okay, so Ahmed is giving it away. Right? So who wins it? Ahmed, who? Nominate one person here. So the question is, Henry says, please the question again. So the question is, what were the two, after Steve Jobs was kicked out of Apple, which two companies did he form? All right, so Ahmed, tell us, who are you giving? Okay, Oluwamayowa. All right, Oluwamayowa, you have won, right? So all you have to do is send me a DM on Instagram, and I'll type out my Instagram handle, right? Let me type out my Instagram handle so that you can send me a DM. Send me a DM and tell me Global Shapers 30 minutes. That's all. Don't worry, guys. It's not the end. Don't worry. We still have more. I still have more. I want to give out. I'm in the mood of doing giveaway today, right? So I'm gonna, there's a lot. So here's the thing, right? What you need to understand is that Steve Jobs left Apple, right? Then created two fantabulous companies, Next and Pixar. Guess what? Pixar got to the point where they became the biggest animation company and the most innovative animation company ever. Let me ask you a question, right? So now for another 30-minute session, for another free 30-minute session, who was the biggest animation company before Pixar? Fastest finger. Disney. Awesome. Yeah, Sylvia, I don't know. Are you answering it or are you? So Masu was the first person that answered. Sophia said Disney bought Pixar. You didn't answer that Disney was the one. So, Masu, same thing. Send me a DM, free 30 minutes, Global Shapers, right? That's all right. Awesome. So before Steve, before no, but you didn't answer the question now. So yeah, you didn't answer the question. But don't worry. There's more to come. Don't worry. I got you. Right now, you see that Pixar, before Pixar came, Disney was ruling. Then Pixar came. Then Pixar, so Disney eventually bought Pixar. But before they bought Pixar, they made movies together. So they made Toy Story, they made so many movies. To the point where they had clashes when Pixar decided that they were not going to do movies with Disney anymore, and Disney stopped working with Pixar. The movies they made after that crashed. Meanwhile, far away land, Apple was crashing as well. Apple was crashing, Pixar was rising, Pixar left Disney started crashing as well. That just shows you how amazing, Steve Jobs with his brain power is. But it's not just his brain power, it's his ability to get the best out of people. It's his leadership capacity. Now, after a while, Next, Apple now purchased Next. Steve Jobs came back into Apple and then restructured Apple, and then they started skyrocketing again. Here's the amazing thing, guys. Look, listen, I don't know if you guys have read the book. If you've read the biography of Steve Jobs, put a 1 in the comment section. Put a 1 in the comment section. Halfway, 1, halfway. All right. Okay, awesome. Now let me ask you guys. Let me tell you. Who knows the name of the book, the autobiography of the CEO of Disney? Here's the thing. No, wait. So I've given away 2 slots, right? So I want to give one more 30-minute session, right? One more 30-minute session. The name of the CEO of Disney, what's his name? Masu, guy, I finished it. All right, you've written it, you've said the book, but what's his name? What's the name of the CEO of Eisner? Nope. The CEO of, yeah, but that's not how they spell it, but you're close. Nope. Bob Chapek, nope. Oh, I don't know. Khadija Nashe, Bob, yeah, but Bob what? Bob Marley, Robert Iger. Zainab is correct. Zainab, you won. Robert Iger, Bob Iger, yes. So send me a DM, like I said, on my Instagram. Tell me that 30-minute session. So we have one more session to give. I came to give 4 sessions. So I've given out 3 already. So let me tell you guys the funny thing, right? So Robert Iger, the CEO of Disney, has a book called Ride of a Lifetime. So Masu had said it, right? So see the amazing thing. I read Steve Jobs' biography. I read Bob Iger's Ride of a Lifetime. Now, in Bob Iger's book, he mentions the work they did with Disney. The work they did with Pixar. While he was mentioning it, my mind was blown because I was looking at it look at this amazing insight that I got from the Apple side, and then I'm getting another amazing insight from the Walt Disney side. It was amazing, right? So, moving on, let's not waste too much time, right? Now, this brings us to the law of the lead. Right? The law of the lead says your leadership ability determines a team's effectiveness. You can see that when Maurice and his brother were leading McDonald's, they weren't able to get the team to be effective. You can see that when Steve Jobs left Apple, the team couldn't become effective, right? So your leadership ability determines a team's effectiveness. So we're talking about social influence. If you want to make changes in the world, if you want the world to, feel the impact of what you're doing, you need to be able to get people to be effective. You need to be able to get people to work together. You need to be able to get people to produce results. And the only way you can do that is by increasing your leadership capacity. But here's the thing. So you want to increase your leadership capacity. A lot of people want to increase their leadership capacity. If you want to increase your leadership capacity, put a 1 in the comment section. Let's see. If you want to increase your leadership capacity, put a 1 in the comment section. All right. Awesome. Super excited. We're going to go there, right? But there's certain things that stop people from being able to improve their leadership capacity. One is that myth that they say, I am not a born leader. So some people already, you might give them an opportunity and tell them, hey, what's up? I think you should come and increase your leadership capacity. They're like, no, but I'm not a born leader. Leadership is for those people. Me, I'm not a born leader. Just leave me alone. I'd rather follow people, right? And so when you feel like you are not a born leader, right, it's one of the myths that people have. But I'm here to tell you that, look, you don't need to be born a leader. Leadership, you can learn leadership. You can learn how to be a leader. You can learn how to actually lead people, right? It's something that you can learn. And I'm going to teach you how to do it today. The second myth that people have is that they say that when I become a leader, I'll develop my leadership skills. So a lot of times, especially people that work in 9 to 5 and you're starting your career, right? If you are between 0 to 3 years in this group in your office, you've been working for 0 to 3 years, put a 3 in the comment section. Let's see. If you've been working between 0 to 3 years, put a 3 in the comment section. If you've been between 0 to 3 years, put a 3 in the comment section. All right, awesome. Fantastic, beautiful, right? So you can see that, a lot of people that are within this bracket, they don't feel like they need to be conscious about leadership because they feel, anyways, I'm under the radar, so it doesn't really matter. But you see, what you need to understand is this, right? Leadership is a muscle. Unless and until you are being able to practice and develop that muscle, when the time comes, you will not be able to perform. Let me ask you a question, right? If you've never been to the gym before, you've never been to the gym, and I give you 100 kg dumbbell to carry or bench press or whatever, right? Would you be able to carry it? Yes or no? You've never been to the gym before, and I give I mean that's Ohana. 10 kg will break my back. Nope, depends. Okay, Sophia, depends on what? Never. Abaka says never. Danjuma says no. All right, great. Now, if you set your mind to leave, there's no motivation that'll make you leave for next you if you don't have the capacity. If you have, depends on, look, if you don't have the capacity, no matter how much you are motivated, you won't be able to do it. No matter what. Motivation only works with capacity, right? And which is why, so let me even address something, right? These days on Instagram, on Twitter, you hear a lot of aspire to perspire. You hear people, motivational speakers. You hear people like yabbing motivational speakers. You hear people insulting people that are into motivational speaking. But here's the thing. What people don't realize is that motivation requires capacity. Motivation requires capacity. If you do not have the capacity, no matter how much you are motivated, you cannot do it. You can't. So if you don't have the capacity to bench 100, and anybody that is talking about benching 100 is because you have never benched. You haven't even benched 30. That's why you think you can bench 100. If you bench 30 and you understand what we're talking about, you will know that you can't bench 100. Except if you are able to build the capacity. And so it's the same thing with leadership. Unless and until you are able to develop the capacity of leadership, you can't lead. And so the mistake people make is that they want to wait until they get that leadership position before they develop the capacity. And so when the leadership position comes, they fail because they don't have the capacity. So the idea is that you need to develop capacity from now so that you grow into it, right? And that brings us to the third myth. The third myth is I'm too young to lead. So all those people that are 0 to 3 years working, right? If a lot of them might be feeling, well, I'm too young to lead. I just started working now. How can I lead? How can I lead? I'm too young to lead, right? I don't know what to do to lead. What do I do? So that's the thing, right? And so you need to understand that at this point, you need to be able to, you need to be able to develop that capacity and understand. Sorry, just 2 seconds, right? You need to be able to understand that as you are able to, once you have the capacity, once you have the understanding that, hey, listen, I am a leader, I will learn leadership, I'll be able to do leadership, then you will see that there's nothing like too young. That whole not too young to run and what, right? All right, guys. So now we're going to go out, to the breakout room, right? So I know that there's a breakout session. We're going to go to the breakout session, just 5 minutes, and there's some questions that are going to be asked, and then we'll come back and continue. So, host, can you take us to the breakout room? Okay, or I can just do it. 5 breakout rooms assigned automatically. Creating breakout room now. Okay. Okay, so I think we're back, guys. All right, so welcome back. So type a 1 in the comment section if the conversation you had in your breakout room was amazing. We honestly need more breakout room time. It was interesting. Okay. Yeah, don't worry. We'll have we still have a lot to cover, so we need to, we need to move, and so that we can be able to move forward. All right, so awesome. Now, one of the questions I got was, so I'm new in my department, how do I lead? But I'm not a leader. I'm new. I'm a new person in that department. I don't know how to lead. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. You see, there are 5 levels of leadership, right? The 5 levels of leadership. The first level is the positional level, right? Is the positional level of leadership, where we are leading based on, our position, right? The second level is the permission level, where people give us permission to lead them. The third level is the production level. The fourth level is people development. And the fifth level is pinnacle level, right? So let's talk about the positional level. The positional level of leadership, right, is when you are leading people based on your position. So you have been given a position, supervisor. You have been given a position of manager. You have been given a position, permanent secretary, whatever the position is. So people are following you only because of that position. They are not following you for any other reason except the position that you occupy, right? And so when you're a positional leader, what tends to happen is that for you to have influence over people, you need to use your position. Now, let me flip it. Let's come back to family as well. If you ever hear a family member saying, or maybe a father or a mother telling the children, hey, you have to do this because I'm your father. You have to do this because I'm your mother. You have to do this because I'm your senior brother. Just know that that's positional leadership. The person is trying to use their position to get people to do something. Or the person is trying to use someone's position. So, for example, a brother can come and say, hey, mom said you should do this. Hey, dad said you should do that. They're using authority. Or someone comes and says, hey, MD says we should have a meeting. MD says we should. That's positional leadership. Now, positional leadership is this lowest level of leadership. Why? Because the influence at positional leadership is not very strong. It's a weak influence. Once the position is taken away, the influence is gone. That's how you see a lot of people that were leading people when they were in a position. Once they lose that position, they can't even get anybody to answer them anymore, right? So which brings us to the next level, which is the um, permission level. Now, in the permission level of leadership, this is when people give you permission to lead them. So the people that you are leading have given you permission to lead them. Now, for someone that was asking that, how do you do that? It's easy. There are 3 things you need to discover, right? The first one, and I call it the value trifecta, right? So the 3 things of value. First one is to value people. So all the people that you are leading, you need to them, you're not even going to listen to them. If you don't value them, you're not even going to care about them. So the first one is for you to value them. The second one is for you to understand what is of value to them. What do they value? What do they like? It's, for example, a father is trying to get his son to wear, his pajamas or have a bath, right? You value the child, and if you value the child, you won't shout on the child, you won't beat the child, right? So because you value the child, you now start to understand, okay, what is of value to this child? Hey, maybe the child likes games. Hey, maybe the child likes ice cream. Maybe the child likes to play. Now, the third thing is to add value to the person. And so when you add value to the person, is you tell the child, hey, you know what? If you go and have a bath now, I know you like ice cream, I will give you ice cream. And then you see the child, you just pick it, and go and bath, right? It's the same thing with your office. Understand what is of value to people. So people value money. So so, for example, to give this example, a lot of leaders think that money is everything. They think that once they increase salary of all their staff will be happy. But there are some people that don't value money. Some people value time. Some people want time with their family. Some people want time some people just want to be heard. So understand what is of value to people. The reason why all of you are here on this call is because, first and foremost, global shapers value people. They value everybody, right? And then they understand what is of value to people. They realize that a lot of people don't have the necessary soft skills to grow in their career. And so what do? They organize this soft skill series to add value to you. And now they can influence you because you're spending your Saturday afternoon here in front of your system. It's as the person, add value to the person, and then value the person, and you see that naturally the person will give you permission to influence them, right? Which brings us to the next one, production level. Anybody that watched football, please put a 1 in the comment section. If you watch football, put a 1 in the comment section. All right, Hassan watches football. All right, great. So I'm going to use this football analogy. Imagine a new coach resumes in a team. And God to say how. Me, I'm zero. I don't even watch football ever. I'd rather watch a car rust. Let the entire car rust, plus the tires and everything, than for me to watch football. And don't come for me. I just don't like football, right? So imagine a coach comes to a new club and he comes in at the lowest level of leadership, which is the positional level. Now, at that positional level, we said it's not the strongest level. So he's able to get people to, add value to them, values them, know what is of value to them, and add value to them, and they give him permission to lead them. Now, let me ask you a question. What will happen if that coach does not win championships, has never won any match, is always conceding goals? What do you think will happen to that coach? Put it in the comment section. Yes, they're going to sack the coach, right? The coach will be sacked. Simple, then go sack out, terminated. Great, right? So what does that mean? It means that if you are a leader and you come in at the positional level, which now helps you to go to the permission level, if you don't produce results, you will lose that leadership position. It's as simple as that. If you don't start producing results, you will. Somebody say sack like Lampard. And actually, that's why I use this example, because that whole Lampard thing came to my mind, and I put it on LinkedIn. I did a bit of an article around it, right? So as a leader, you need to understand that most importantly, as soon as you get people's consensus to lead them, you need to start producing results, which takes us to the next one, which is people development. You see, once you are producing results, the next thing you want to do is to develop people that will come and be able to do the job that you are doing. A lot of people have this limited scarcity mindset, and they think that, oh, if I teach these people what I'm doing, the person can come and take over my position. But as a leader, your job is to keep your eyes forward, where you are always thinking about what's the next position you can take, and train people under you. Because until and unless you can train people to do the job that you do, you will keep doing that job till you die. And it's not effective for you. So you need to be able to train people. So people development is the 4th level of leadership, which now brings us to the last level of leadership, which is pinnacle. Pinnacle level of leadership is when everybody in the organization is operating at a level 4 leadership, where everybody understands that they need to value people, where everybody understands that they need to understand what is of value to people, where everybody understands that they need to add value to people so that they can get permission to lead them. After they've gotten permission to lead them, they need to now start producing results, tangible results. And once they start producing those tangible results, the next thing they want to do is to develop the people under them. And this thing goes across not just companies, but we're talking about families, we're talking about countries. Imagine a country where everybody, guys, okay, let's even talk about that for a few seconds, right? A country where the government, the leaders value the people. Not only value them, but they even value animals. I've seen a situation whereby they used helicopter to pick a dog that was stuck, and they took the dog to a hospital. Helicopter. They value people. They understand what is of value to people, and they add value to them. And so the only way, why I'm bringing this up is because I know we're the youth, we're the future of tomorrow. A lot of us are going to be in leadership positions tomorrow. I want you to hold these three things to heart. You can't lead people if you don't value them. You can't lead people if you don't understand what is of value to them. You can't lead people if you don't add value to them. And that's why there's a huge connect between the government and the youth, because the government doesn't even understand what the youths value, and then they don't even know how to add value to the youth. And the reason why is because there's a whole technological shift between the people that are leading us currently and the current crop of people that are coming up. Because current crop of people that are coming up, first of all, I'll give you guys an example, right? How many of you don't want to work for somebody forever? Put a 2 in the comment section. If you don't want to work for somebody forever, put a 2 in the comment section. Right. But look at it. Our parents, how they grew up was get a nice job, stick in that nice job till you grow old, till you have terminal benefits and not all that. But this community, this new youth that are coming, have realized that I don't need to stay in one place. They are highly mobile. So when you want to give them value and you're telling them that, oh, I'll give you a good pension, I'll give you good gratuity, they don't care about your gratuity. They don't care about your pension. They've taken charge of their own lives. They understand that whatever they need to do, they have the capacity to do it. And so, they will always do. So as we are moving on, as we are moving into leadership positions, I want you to understand that you need to value people, understand what is of value to people, add value to people, right? That brings us to the last session. So now I just want us to quickly watch this for 5 minutes. We're rounding up now, and then we can take question and answer. Oh, sorry. Someone is saying inaudible. Oh, sorry. Don't worry. Let me just. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm coming. Let me try to put it. I don't know, my mouse. My mouse is working. Oh, okay, guys, don't worry. I'll get it to you now. Okay, awesome. I don't know. For some reason, my system has hooked, or rather, my mouse. I can't see my mouse cursor. Anyways, I think we'll just okay. Hold on. I'm trying to.
Othman, are you extending your screen?
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to share my screen, but for some reason, my mouse, I can't find the cursor, so I'm trying to even, because I forgot to share sound. Okay, I found it. Sorry, guys. Okay, so let's share screen again. Oh, you know what? Don't worry. Let's not take too much time. I'll share the link, but basically, it's a conversation between Tom Bilyeu. You can even search it on Google. It's a conversation between Tom Bilyeu and Simon Sinek, right? So just search it on YouTube and you can watch it on your own. Basically, what it's saying is that leadership is a daily practice. You can't just wake up and say, hey, boom, I want to be a leader, right? So you have to consistently practice it every day, right? And that brings us to the end of our conversation today. So that I'll give more time for Q&A. I know that we're soon supposed to end now. And so if you have any questions, any comments or whatever, you can just raise your hand and I'm sure the admins will do. First of all, I want to even say thank you for inviting me. I really had fun putting this together and also had fun conversing with you. I know that this is just scratching the surface. We can't talk about leadership in 1 hour, even in one day. I do 5 days trainings, right? And still we don't cover all the essence of leadership. But with the little that I've given you, I hope that it has spurred you into the right direction, whereby you start being more conscious about improving your leadership capacity.
Thank you so much, Othman. I have learned a lot from your session. And I can tell you, I've never heard of this 5 levels of leadership. And this was truly inspirational for me. I'm not even kidding you, or I'm not even trying to bust your brain. This has been one of the fun sessions I have attended, ever since I started, because Zoom can be very boring. It can be boring, it can be tiring, but your session was very interactive. You listened to you saw all our comments, you responded. Hi, Abubakar Yusuf Osman, please can you mute your mic? Please can you mute your mic? Thank you so much. So yeah, thank you.
Play. It was really interactive. They send 1, send 2, kept everyone on their seats, on their screens. Yes, that's a training tactic. So let me tell you the thing, right? You see, we innovate, we grow. The world we live in now is virtual. Almost all the trainings I've done this year has been virtual. And because of that, I learned that, like Cynthia said, people get bored, people are checking their phone, people are going on Instagram. So I'm pulling you guys back. Anytime I say type 1, you have to leave Instagram, right? So let me ask you a question. If there was a time you were on Instagram and I told you to type 1 that you have to come back, put 2 in the comment section. Let's see, just confess, don't worry, I won't beat you.
So many people are on this table. Confess, me, I didn't. I was paying attention. Me, I was paying attention 100%.
Okay, all right, awesome. So you see, what it does is that it brings you back. It brings people back. They're like, oh my God, I have to go and comment. Yeah, so that's the thing. So that's why we do. That's why we do that, and it just comes with consistently trying to be, your best self, consistently trying to add value. Because here's the thing, right? It's the same thing with 3 levels of leadership, with the trifecta of leadership, where we say, I value you, I value your time. I know that you have things to do, right? But you are here, so I value you. I need to give you my best. 2, I understand what is of value to you. You want a fun, interactive. I know that most of the people here are young, happening and everything. Can't see I went to go wear the scarf. I didn't come with Barbariga. If I had come with Barbariga, and this is which kind of hole is this one? You understand? So I had to keep it fun, energetic, bring my A game, and then add value to you. So it's simple. Yes. You can use these principles everywhere.
There's a question from Ahmed Muhammad.
How does one know if they have the leadership thing in their DNA? Everybody has it. Leadership is influence. We all influence people. If you have ever told somebody that, hey, let's do this, and the person answered you, you have leadership in your DNA. We all influence people. So you're either influencing people consciously or unconsciously. It's as simple as that, right? You come with your friends and you guys are saying, hey, let's go and eat masa. And they're like, no, I don't want to eat this masa. I want to eat masa and bauchi. And you say, okay, let's go to masa and bauchi. The person has influenced you to masa and bauchi. That's it, right? You come and say, hey, Domino's has opened in Kano. Let's go to Domino's. You go to Domino's. Let's have pizza. No, the cheese bread is better. By the way, guys, if you haven't tried the cheese bread of Domino's, you're sitting on the longest thing that was ever created. Try it. This is not a marketing campaign for them. It's amazing. And you now tell people that, hey, cheese bread, right? And they go for cheese bread. That's influence, so that's basically how it is, right? So do you have any leadership book recommendation and leadership mentors to follow? So first of all, so books, let me see. The best leadership book that I'll tell you is, there's a book by John C. Maxwell, Becoming a Person of Influence. It tells you straight up what you need to do, right? Leadership mentors to follow. Hey, follow me on Instagram. I talk leadership. That's all I talk about, morning, afternoon, and night. Oh, okay. Except when I'm talking about running and some other things. Then also another people you can follow John Maxwell. You know, is great. Simon Sinek is amazing. In Nigeria, you can follow Fela Durotoye, right? You can follow Steve Harris. All those are amazing guys, right? So how do you know you're a good leader? Simple. Check yourself every day. These people that I'm leading, do I value them? Do I know what is of value to them? And do I add value to them? If you can't answer a yes to those three questions, then you're not being a good leader. So once you're able to get their permission to lead them, then ask yourself the fourth question: am I producing results? The results I'm producing, are they tangible? Can people see the results, right? And then the fifth one is, am I developing people? So you just follow the 5 levels of leadership and make sure that you're always going from one level to the next. Here's what you need to understand: you can't have it all. So most times what tends to happen is that you might be at a level 2 with one person, you'll be at a level 3 with another person, you'll be at a level 4 with another person, you'll be at a level 5 with another person. So consistently look and see, how can I improve my leadership capacity at the different levels with the different people you interact with. So Jibrin says, even though I joined late, but I really enjoyed the last part where he discussed about leaders carrying their subordinates along, understanding their need and adding value to their life. I'll definitely take this to my organ. But here's the thing, right? Jibrin, let me let you know, don't come at him at, boss, I've learned something, you must lead me like that. No, remember, it's influence. You too can influence your boss. Boss, hey, I value you. You know what, guys? Let's do an exercise. Everybody should bring out his phone and send a text to their boss and say, good afternoon, boss. I value your leadership, right? And I value you. I just wanted to let you know. Have a beautiful Saturday. Send it. Now, what then happens is, because now you have shown him that you value him, right? Now, the second thing, you need to start understanding what is of value to your boss and then add value to him. Once you're able to do that, then you can start sneaking in, little subconsciously telling him what are the things that you want, right? Whenever I assume the leadership level in any time, I used to be fearful, thinking there are some people I think more capable to lead than me. So please, how can I overcome that fear? You never overcome the fear, but you do it afraid. I know it's cliche, but there's a reason why it's cliche. Because it's the truth, and because people don't like the truth. People like if I were to tell you that, look, if you want to overcome this fear, all you have to do is to wear a white gown and jump in the middle of Bombay with a chicken and an egg, and you overcome your fear. Most people will do it. But if I tell you that, look, the only way you can overcome your fear is by doing it, you'll be like, no, I don't believe you. Here's the thing, right? What you get for how do you overcome your fear is from confidence, right? And how do you get confidence? By doing continuous acts of courage every day. So every day, do one courageous thing. Don't start with a grandiose idea. Start with something small. Add your courage, and as you keep going, you keep adding it, right? All right, awesome. I'd asked my own question during our one-to-one session. Yes, I like that. All right, please share with us the link to that video you are trying to play. Wait, there's one more free session that you promised. Please respond to my question on mentioning again the 5 levels of leadership. I can't go through the whole 5 levels of leadership, Ahmed. I'm sorry, but I'm sure you get the replay, so you can catch it, right? Catch the replay, please. Hassan, when's the last giveaway? I mean, as a last time, your business, back to reading, becoming a person of influence, people to follow. So Maxwell, Ferrado, Torite, Simon Sinek, Othman. Mohammed says, I don't have a boss. Some of us have lecturers, not bosses. It's the same thing. What does your lecturer want? Do you get? What does your lecturer want? He wants you to listen in class. Some of them, there's so many ways, but always have that thing, right? Now, so the last giveaway.
Sorry, there are a couple of people that are raising their hands. So Abakar,
yeah, so go ahead, unmute yourself. So Abakar, please unmute yourself.
Yes.
Abakar, Umar, unmute yourself. Sadiq Samani, unmute yourself. Let's have this conversation.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I'm very happy to be invited and join this very educative session.
Thank you very much.
Though it is the first kind of session that I have ever joined in my life for leadership and social influence skill. But right now, I am more than improved. I have learned so much that. So, though you have addressed my question that I asked that whenever I assume a level of leadership in any situation, there's kind of fear I feel, can I do it? There are some people who are more skillful or who are more leadership prowess than me. So that they are the ones that's supposed to be the leaders in this social situation. But sir, you have addressed my question on how can I overcome that fear. And I'm very grateful. I am very happy to meet you, sir. Thank you,
nice
sir.
to meet you. Thank you very much. All right. So here's the thing, guys, right? You need to understand that you just need to do it afraid. None of us ever. Let me give you guys a story. So we have to go very soon because I even have a meeting by 1:30. But let me just quickly tell you. There was a time when I used to do Instagram lives, right? Instagram live. And the first Instagram live I ever did was a disaster. It was horrible. At that time, if you tell me to come and talk on Zoom, I'll be stammering. I won't be able to do it. But because I've been doing it regularly, you won't believe I've been talking since 9 a.m. today. This is my second leadership training that I'm doing today. Today, the second one. So with more time, as you're doing it, it's the same thing with leadership. You learn, you apply. You learn, you apply. What is most important is you need to apply the things that you have learned from this session today, right? So I think Sadiq Samani raised his hand. Sadiq, please go ahead. Okay, I think Sadiq is not here. All right, so for the last giveaway. So for the last giveaway,
please, this giveaway it needs to be allocated to me as per your core person now.
Yeah, I agree.
Just
so the last giveaway, the last giveaway goes to Sophia.
Thank you very much. All right, that comes to the end of our session. Thank you so much. As for the people that are commenting, sorry, voila for who no get mouths to be.
Okay, wait. Let me. One more. I'll give one more. Right. So there's something that I say. It's a quote that I say, right? And I say 2021, right? There's a quote. So the first person to go and find that quote and send me a DM of the quote gets the 5th session.
For those of you that haven't gotten any free session, better go and do it to me. I get my own, so I don't need to stress.
I mean, I ask you what quote. Go to my Instagram, right? You find the quote there. I've been saying it. And I said for 2021, that's the quote. Find the quote, send the quote to me as a DM. Then you get the 5th session. The first person to do it gets the 5th session. All right, guys. Thank you very much for your time. I really enjoyed, hanging out with you guys. Sophia, thank you. You've been phenomenal. And thank you very much for the support. Somebody's asking what's my Instagram.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You didn't give them your Instagram handle.
Yeah, so I'm trying to type it. Yeah, I'm trying to type it. I don't know. My mouse is messing up. I don't know. Can you help me type it, Sophia? I don't know. So it's I am the Othman. At I am the Othman. At I am the Othman. So just let me type it for them so that they get it. Yeah, okay. Olumayo got it. Right. At I am the Hassan has sent it. Okay, Hassan, if you've sent it, tell me what it is right now. Let me know if it's correct. I'll check. All right, guys. So thank you very much, Sophia. Take it away. We can end the conversation here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I can't thank you enough, Sha. But this was like I said, this was like a wonderful session. I learned a lot, and I'm sure everyone here has also learned a lot. This brings us to the end of our session, and So yeah, everyone, enjoy your weekend. And
Oh, hey,
see you
Hassan and
in
Amina
the
is
next
wrong. That's
talk.
not the quote. Just so you
Thank
guys know,
you.
that's wrong. That's not the quote. That's not the quote. That's not even the quote. Go to my Instagram, watch my videos. You will see the quote. When you hear the quote, you will know that that's the quote. Anyways, guys, thank you very much. All right, awesome.
All right, peace everyone. Stay safe, wear your mask, sanitize your hands. COVID-19 is still out there. Thank you. All right, bye.